Group 7, where I'm Aditya Estiara. My last NPM is 446. My name is Divya Priyana Manik. My last NPM 477. My name is Wendelina Sinaga. My last NPM number 433. We want to going show about sickness found at work and travel. And we here not only introduce ourselves, but also to bring you some first idea. Stay with us, we've got something interesting to show. Let's move to the video.
To be continued.
No more bending. Pragmatic. The no more bending sign is pragmatically direct because it clearly communicates a prohibition. It functions as a representative act by informing people that bending is no longer allowed in the area. Sociolinguistic. The sign no more bending reflects changing social values in modern society, where comfort and physical health are increasingly prioritized. The language targets consumers who values efficiency and convenience in daily activities. The use of English suggests a specific social group, particularly urban middle to upper class consumers who are familiar with modern product and marketing language. No more bending linguistic landscape. This is a top-down sign created by authorities for purposes. First, it informs users about the main benefits of the product. Second, it highlights the product advantage of not requiring users to bend over. Third, it attracts the attention of users who often experience discomfort from repeated bending. In Indonesia, demand for products that make their daily activities easier is increasing, along with awareness of health and comfort. Okay friends, here I will explain about pragmatic, sociolinguistic, and the linguistic landscape from the scenes Please Don't Touch to you all. The scenes Please do not touch. The first, pragmatics. The pragmatics of the phrase Please do not touch relates to how meaning is conveyed in a specific social context. Pragmatically, it functions not only as a prohibition but also as a polite request. This phrase is commonly used in public places such as museums, galleries, shops, or exhibitions, where the intention is to protect objects, ensure safety, while also reflecting social norms of politeness. The second, sociolinguistic. The use of the word please reflects social norms of politeness while still maintaining authority. Although the sentence contains a prohibition, the language is softened to avoid sounding harsh. From a sociolinguistic perspective, this demonstrates how language balance power and politeness in public interactions. The sentence reflects middle-class social expectation regarding appropriate behavior in modern public space. The last one is linguistic landscape. This is a top-down sense created by authorities for purpose. It serves practical purpose. First, it prohibits touching certain objects or areas in a friendly manner. Second, it indicates the expected standard of behavior in certain areas such as museums, art galleries, jewelry stores, electronic equipment areas, and others. Third, it prevents damage to valuable, sensitive, or fragile items and also protects objects from contamination by germ through hand contact. The reason for the rules on the scenes is that the items on display may have a high historical or artistic value, be easily damaged by oil or their own hands, or require special cleanliness, or such as equipment in a laboratory. Okay, hopefully you all understand what I have just explained.
Vehicle parking, pragmatis. The vehicle parking sign is pragmatically direct, as it uses clear text and vehicle symbol to convey its message. It functions as representative speech act by providing factual information that the area is designated for vehicle parking. At the illusionary level, the sign performs an indirect directive, guiding user to park the vehicle in the designated space while implicitly discouraging other vehicles from using the area. Bicycle parking. The sign bicycle parking reflects urban social awareness of environmentally friendly transportation. In a sociolinguistic context, cycling is not only seen as a means of transportation, but also as a symbol of a healthy and modern lifestyle. The use of English indicates the influence of globalization and targets a diverse audience, including both local visitors and international tourists. This sign demonstrates how language is used to shape social behavior by promoting order and environmental responsibility in public spaces.
Bicycle parking, the linguistic landscape. This is top-down since created by authorities for a purpose. It serves practical purpose. First, the bicycle symbol is used so that it can be quickly recognized without the need to read the text. Second, it can show support for the use of bicycles as an environmentally friendly means of transportation. Third, it organizes parking areas properly so as not to cause chaos in public space. Public areas such as city parks, university campus, malls, stations, or other areas in Indonesia. This change is part of effort to reduce traffic congestion and air pollution.
No pets allowed, pragmatis. The no pets allowed sign is clear and direct because it clearly shows a prohibition using symbol text and a cross-out animal symbol. It provides information about the rule the pets are not allowed in this area. At the same time, the sign works as a directive, telling people not to bring their pets into the place. No pets allowed. The sign "No pets allowed" reflects social norms and regulations commonly applied in public spaces such as shopping malls. The restriction is related to shared values of cleanliness. The use of English conveys authority and formality, reinforcing the legitimacy of the rule. The sign illustrates how language functions as a tool of social control in maintaining order in public environments.
No pets allowed, the linguistic landscape. This is a top-down sense created by authorities for purpose. It serves practical purpose. First, it informs visitors about the applicable restriction. Second, it enforces rules that prohibit pets from entering areas such as malls and other shopping centers. Third, this sense is made to prevent animal water allergies, infections, disturbance, or the risk of injury to animals or humans. International standards are applied in many countries, including Indonesia, as a form of public order.
Okay, I will explain the last sign, which is done lean on the glass barrier. Okay, the first, pragmatics. The pragmatics of the sentence do not lean on the glass barrier. It's about the meaning behind the message in a real situation. Pragmatically, it functions as a clear warning and instruction to prevent unsafe behavior. Even without explaining the reason, people understand that the rule is made for safety and protection. The second, sociolinguistic. The bilingual form of design reflects sensitivity to a multilingual society. Indonesian is used to address local visitors. From a sociolinguistic perspective, this demonstrates inclusivity and awareness of linguistic diversity in public space. Language is used strategically to ensure that rules are understood by different social and linguistic groups. The third, linguistic landscape. This is a top-down site created by authorities for purposes. It serves as practical purposes. First, it prohibits actions that cause damage or cause damage to the glass barrier. Second, it prevents injury to users if the glass barrier breaks due to excessive weight. Third, it resists local users and tourists or international visitors by mentioning glass barrier, so that users know not to lean on it. Glass barriers have a limited load capacity. Leaning on them can cause physical damage to the glass or its supporting structure, as well as endanger people nearby.